Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a really fascinating breakdown of what it actually takes to make a living as a content creator. I was absolutely amazed to discover that chasing millions of views and obsessively staring at subscriber counts, it isn't the only or even the best way to build a sustainable income. We're exploring the cash code, YouTube monetization 2.0, and we're going to uncover exactly how creators are turning everyday channels into highly lucrative businesses, almost completely independent of their subscriber count.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. 1. The YouTube AdSense myth. 2. The monetization spectrum. 3. The high-ticket advantage. 4. Building your engagement funnel. And finally, 5. The sales call playbook.
Starting right off with Section 1, the YouTube AdSense myth. When we start exploring monetization, it's super easy to assume it's all about AdSense revenue. But there's a really stark contrast we need to talk about. Imagine the broke influencer, stuck on this relentless content treadmill, serving a massive market but literally making pennies. Now contrast that with a seven-figure business owner who has a tiny, hyper-specialized audience. The major takeaway here, view count does not equal your bank balance. The difference between these two creators all comes down to effective monetization outside of the platform itself. The source material hits the nail on the head with this quote: "This is where you go from an influencer to a business owner." Look, if you're monetizing properly, you should be making at least 5 times what you make in AdSense from outside sources. Think about it like this. If you pull in $10,000 a month from ads, your actual business revenue should be sitting at least $50,000. You're using YouTube to promote your business rather than YouTube being the entire business. Moving right along to Section 2, the monetization spectrum. So if AdSense isn't the holy grail, what on earth is? Looking at this data really opened my eyes to why relying on views is such a trap for most creators. Your RPM, which is the revenue you make per 1,000 views, is heavily dictated by your niche. A personal finance channel might see $30 to $50, but then look at gaming, sitting way down at $3 to $5, or science fiction at $1 to $8. If you happen to be in those lower RPM niches, playing the purely view-based revenue game is incredibly tough. Because of that, we have to look at other methods, which basically fall into easy and hard categories. Easy methods include AdSense and affiliates. And hey, affiliate marketing is great. Creators like Thomas Gonnett have made over $100,000 a month promoting software like Go High Level. But then you have the hard methods: sponsorships, software as a service, and mid-ticket courses. For example, Eamon Gaji makes millions selling mid-ticket courses for around $1,000. But the source makes it clear he possesses world-class, level 99 marketing skills to pull that off. It is incredibly difficult for the average creator to automate sales at that kind of volume. Which brings us to Section 3, the high-ticket advantage. So what's the alternative for the rest of us who don't have level 99 marketing skills? Let's break down what we mean by a high-ticket product. We're generally talking about coaching, consulting, or a done-for-you service priced at $2,000 or above. It's specifically designed to solve a really painful problem for a niche audience that actually has money to spend. Unlike a $50 PDF course that most people buy and literally never open, high-ticket offers get clients actual results through accountability, personalized feedback, and community. Okay, get this. The data point that completely blew my mind is this $1,000 metric. When you implement a high-ticket offer, channel audits show you can generate a staggering RPM of $1,000. Let that sink in. That means you are effectively earning a literal dollar for every single view your video gets. There is absolutely no way you can do that with AdSense or a cheap little ebook. To ground this in reality, let's look at a phenomenal example. Boyd Cluess makes $1.5 million a month teaching people how to get into a specific cybersecurity job. He has a tiny audience compared to mainstream influencers, but he offers a $17,000 coaching program. It's a hybrid service where he trains clients and actually guarantees them interviews for jobs that pay around $200,000 a year. That right there is the pure power of solving a highly painful, highly valuable problem. According to the source, about 80% of creators should be choosing this high-ticket route. Why? Because you really only need intermediate skills across the board. You can have a 50 out of 99 in marketing, a 50 in content creation, and a 50 in sales, and still make life-changing money. You don't need millions of views. You might literally only need 1 client a month to completely replace your full-time income. All right, Section 4, building your engagement funnel. Let's talk about how you actually pull this off. Think of this funnel like a map. We are taking passive viewers on a journey. Step 1, they're followers watching your content. Step 2, they become leads. These are people whose contact info you have. Step 3, they become engaged leads, meaning they actually like your offerings and trust you. And step 4, they convert into high-paying clients. But the big question is, how do we get them from step 1 to step 3? Well, I'll pose this question directly to you. What exactly is a lead magnet? Because this is the absolute crucial bridge between a casual follower hanging out on YouTube and an engaged lead inside your business ecosystem. Simply put, a lead magnet is a complete solution to a narrow problem that you give away for free in exchange for their email address. Now, a lot of creators get huge anxiety here. They think, wait, if I solve their problem for free, why would they buy from me later? But it's actually the exact opposite. Solving a small problem for free builds massive trust. And naturally, solving one problem almost always reveals the next, much larger problem, which is exactly what your paid core offer is designed to solve. Tactically speaking, this is incredibly simple to set up. Just look through your YouTube comments to find a recurring question. Create a simple PDF answering it. Next, set up a completely free MailChimp account. Build a basic landing page, mention the link in your YouTube descriptions, and set up a free automation to deliver the PDF when they sign up. That is literally all you need to start gathering engaged leads today. Please do not let the technology hold you back. And finally, Section 5, the sales call playbook. Okay, I know this is the step that intimidates creators the absolute most, getting on the phone and closing the deal. Let's demystify this. It breaks down into 3 very manageable phases. First is qualifying or appointment setting. You message your engaged leads to make sure they actually have the need and the funds for your program before booking a call, so you don't waste anyone's time. Second is the sales call itself. And third is the follow-up, because if they don't buy immediately, you just continue nurturing that relationship. When you're actually on the call, you can rely on this basic 9-step approach. You start with a warm welcome and active empathy. From there, discuss their specific challenges, connect emotionally without any judgment, and identify their aspirations. Only if you confirm your program is an absolute fit do you present your offer, address their objections, and close the deal. And if you have call day jitters, the source highly recommends managing that anxiety with deep breathing and practicing with friends beforehand. Expect to make some mistakes. It's totally just part of the journey.
Which brings us to our final thought for this explainer. Are you ready to stop chasing meaningless views and start building a highly profitable business? We've explored the AdSense trap, the incredible math behind the high-ticket advantage, and the frameworks for lead magnets and sales calls. It just might be time to step off the influencer treadmill and become a true business owner. Thank you so much for joining me on The Explainer today, and I'll catch you next time.